Welcome to another race here. Finally back. I've missed a couple races here. Had to leave Daytona early, so I didn't feel like that was video worthy. I was out of the state. I was nowhere close to home. I was hours away during Darlington, but I'm finally back here for Kansas here. Second race of the playoffs, and there is a good fight at the cut line right now. You've got Hank and King really close to each other. I want to say it's 2 points coming into this race that separate them, but they are both fighting to stay in. King eventually barely even got into the playoffs. He was originally a lock going into Daytona. Then we figured out, oh, enough people showed up where there was a chance he could miss out. Hank obviously barely squeaked in as well. And now those two are fighting for the last spot in the playoffs. But Kansas, a very good track for someone like Hank. He's looking to take the sixth spot in the playoffs here today at Kansas. You will notice it is snowing for some reason at Kansas. There's a big Christmas tree in the middle. We're not going to worry about it. Walla, I think, is the dev's name for MWRT. Decided not to re-update the track, so we've got a snow race. That's why I'm in the white car. Kind of blends in with the track, kind of fit the vibe. But with all that being said, enjoy the video, like, sub. Let's get into the second race of the round of 8. Alright, kind of expected. With how I've done at these tracks, I qualified on pole just like I did at Vegas early in the season. But you see, this restart, to start the race, Tanuki has a much better launch, and as you will see later on much more prominently, the outside line is able to get a good getaway after a little bit after the restart. So Tanuki out in front to start this race. I'm in second, Iron P3 it looked like at the moment. I'm trying to see how I can drive this track. I had very little practice on this track during the week. I was fortunate enough to get to fill in for Hank in D2, so I kind of learned the track off of the D2 race. But already you see I've lost the lead by a large amount. I have already screwed up on the front stretch once. Iron is right behind me now. I'm way down on the apron. I am not fast at the moment. You see, I'm going to go down to the apron again a little bit. It's not what I'm trying to do in this race. Not something I want to do during this race. You see, now I'm trying this little middle high line because I see Tanuki running it. And it sort of works. Iron gains a lot using the bottom line compared to the top line. This time, you see I go up there again, and Iron's able to squeak to my inside here. Smile behind now. Iron is able to get past me here. I now fall down into third. Smile right behind me as well, but Tanuki is just driving away as we battle. Something you want to see at a track like this. If you're fast, you want to get out of there. You want to check out early because these tracks are notorious for having battles that slow each other down. That is a good instance of it right there. All three of us get into it, and now it's now 1.4 to Tanuki. It was 1.2 that last lap. So now I'm trying to see if I can get past Iron here, clear high, and I do just barely before he gets any sort of run using the middle slash high line here at Kansas. You see, I kind of screw up a little bit. I'm going to slide up the track on exit, but I am able to stay clear of Iron here. So now I'm hoping to pull away from Iron. I scraped the wall going into one, but I have a much better corner there than Iron. So now my goal, try and catch up to Tanuki. You see Iron, he's going to catch a little bit due to the draft here, but right away I'm able to get him out of frame run away from Iron and gain a little bit of time on Tanuki. Now 1.1, we're going to skip ahead to the final lap though, because I could not catch Tanuki. I kept hitting the wall on exit a lot of the time. You're going to see it again here. Tanuki hits the wall, but then I just screw up right behind him. That was stage 1 for me. I was fast enough to try and catch up to him, but I just kept hitting the wall, screwing myself over. And stage 1 is going to end here with Tanuki taking the stage and me getting second here. So now we're going to come down pit lane. This is something that was very vital for me during this race. D2, I was on pole as well, and I won the race off pit lane almost every single time. So you're going to see it's Smile out of line here on pit lane. But you're going to see I'm trying to get out here as soon as I can. People are getting out. Oda, I think, I couldn't tell who that was. Might have been Red Font, actually, switching with Oda. But Tanuki beats me out. But I'm fine with that because in D1, apparently, the outside line is a better start. And here is that example. You see Hank, a huge run behind me. I had a better run than Tanuki on this start. And now he's going to get bogged down driving against the apron just about. And now it's my turn to just run away. You see Tanuki going to get a good run from the guys behind him. A good push, but I am driving very well now here at Kansas. Tanuki getting some draft to try and catch up to me, but he's going to lag out and spin into one. I get in the wall trying to avoid it, but you see everyone piles in. Caution flies here. So now Iron is up to me because I kind of screwed up my turn 1. He's going to get to my back bumper, push me up the track. He's going to get to the inside, but I get in the wall, and I say, you know what? You can have it. I'll let you have the inside line on this restart because we're not allowed to choose here when we're doing the standing starts. So now I get Fords lined up behind me. The outside line obviously better so far as well. I'm going to get past Iron. Tanuki as well is going to get past Iron. And I am going to run away right away. You see Tanuki going to sort of stay with me here down the backstretch, but into 3. I have a much better entry, which is going to allow me to have a much better exit, much more speed out of the corner, and just run away. But now up to lap 44 here, you're going to see a wreck involving 4 different cars. Oda, Red Font Colonel, a lot of the Toyotas all get into it right there. So now we are going to re-rack it here in the middle of stage 2 and hope that I can keep this lead. I am on the inside line and it's Case on the outside, but Queso does not get a good launch, so I'm able to get up high right away. So now I'm able to just try and run away right away. Iron behind still, but I've been faster so far during this race compared to Iron, even when battling. So now here into 3, obviously I have a better entry, but I screw up the middle of the corner. I'm just going to avoid the wall, but it's going to re-invite Iron into this little mini battle that we could have here in the middle of stage 2. But I have a better entry once again into turn 1. And the run that he gets is another caution comes out. I think it was Iron and, not Iron, but Oda and Smile that got involved in this one. I couldn't really tell from what I was able to see. I believe Smile was in this wreck. But you see me braking early, getting some fuel saved here because we are a little close on fuel, but now this restart obviously on the inside line. Iron, who's able to get a good launch, is on that outside line. I just get a train ran past me by the Toyota. So now I'm kind of in this mid-pack where I don't want to be, and that is why King just about wrecks himself and almost me. So now I've got to try and catch back up to these Toyotas. Oda has not been crazy fast. Same with Red Font. Now I go up into the wall. Tanuki to my inside. The 9 of King gonna go through the middle here. He's gonna get past Tanuki, who decided to go into the grass for some reason. But you see Oda slow through turn 2. I'm gonna go to the outside on the wall. Basically, he's gonna squeeze me up against the wall pretty much. And now on this high side middle line, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna get past both King and Oda. Clear down for me on Oda, and now my fight goes to Red Font. Hopefully I can make quick work of him as well. He's going to wash up the track a little bit here, all the way up into the wall, so I'm able to go to the outside as another caution that occurs. Saw Queso, one of the people, a replay here. Oda gets in the wall into Tanuki, loses it, collects Hank and Queso. So now I am going to be back into second place here, which is good. I want to be on this outside line for the restart, because now I'm hopefully going to stay side by side, if not clear Iron, but Iron is actually going to clear me instead. Red Font gave a good enough push to get Iron out in front. So now I've got to try and make something work to get past Iron. I've been faster than him all day. It's just I have not been the car behind Iron all day. Iron's been the one behind me for this entire race. So now I've got to try and figure out a way to get past Iron. Here's now I'm going to get into the wall here. Still right behind Iron. But again, I have not had to drive behind Iron really all race. So I dive into the inside, try and make something happen. It doesn't. So now Iron stays ahead here. He has a better run because he was able to sit on more of an outside line through 1 and 2. Now 3 and 4, I'm able to stay with him, and now the draft is going to pull me closer to Iron here into 1. Scrape the wall on entry. Now close the gap in the middle of the corner. I'm right behind Iron once again. Going into turn 3, I'm going to try and make something happen. Dive it in deep again. Try and get to his inside. Does not work. He's going to get in the wall, but right in front of me, he's going to get a very generous push provided by MWRT. Then he's going to proceed to screw up turn 1 a little bit on entry. So now I close the gap once again. He hits the wall. So now I'm going to go to the outside. He just about lays a late block, just like Justin Allgaier in the 500. But luckily, he stays left, does not clear me, and it works out for him. He stays ahead here. So now I've got to run him down once again. Got a decent gap in front of me. He stays way low on entry. Hank just about takes him out. I'm going to graze the wall and lose some time here on Iron once again, which is not something I want to do. And here I clip the apron, go up the track, hit the wall, and Iron is going to just scoot away here onto the final lap here. You see, could not close the gap. I kept hitting the wall. Iron wins stage 2, and once again, I come home P2 in the stage. Pit cycle really didn't do anything this time. I stayed in P2, which, again, this is where I want to be, though, on these restarts. As you see right here, I get a huge run off these restarts. The outside line, as long as they're even with the inside line on the start, they will get past going into 1 and very much out of 1. So right away, I'm already past Iron. Smile is past Iron. See Smile trying to gain anything he can, but I've got a better corner than he has. So now we're going to skip ahead to when I decide to come in and pit. I have what I believe was a very good pit entry. compared to what I think other people might have been able to do. See, 4 other cars behind me are going to come in and pit. I made sure to come in and pit before my fuel tank went below 50% so that when I came in and pit, I could take 50% and be able to have a full tank of gas. You see, with 16 laps to go here, I'm just mashing it, making sure I get out of the pit lane as fast as possible. And this works out great for me. I am able to get out ahead of Tanuki before he gets into turn 1 and everything. So I'm able to get on the banking right away, not have to deal with pitting coming out of the pits right in front of the leader and having to basically be a blue flag there. So now you're going to see Smile is in the pits right now as I'm coming across the line. He's just now getting out of his stall. I am even with him once he gets out of pit exit, which is just a crazy gap that I have now built myself on Smile. He was the person behind me. Now I'm going to be a good couple of seconds ahead of him. Tanuki down pit lane right now. I think he's the only one down pit lane at the moment. Queso, Oda, and Happy still out. As now the internet or something goes out, I'm frantically trying to rejoin the race, and I'm not sure what's happening. Everyone else in the voice call is going crazy. Everyone in Discord, as you see, is confused. Everyone has crashed. Roblox's servers have gone down mid-race. What looked like to be a runaway win for me has now turned into chaos here at Kansas. So now, instead of me having somewhere around a 5 to 6 second advantage being in the lead, I'm now P6 on a restart of basically an entirely new stage of the race. So now I have to try and fight my way back up through the pack, which I've not had to do very often this race. I've been fortunate enough to be up at the front the majority of this race. As you see, it's really going to affect me here. Happy, who has not been crazy fast, is slowing us up, so I take us 4 wide in the straightaway. And now Oda going to go around after multiple hits with people. Happy kind of got turned off his front bumper into me, and everyone just started bouncing off each other. Oda was the only one to wreck. But you see, Queso, Tanuki have been able to drive off from the pack, which is what you want to happen. I see this, and I say I need to get going if I want to get up near that lead. So now you see I am right here side by side with Smile, trying to make quick work of him to make my way up to the leaders. I am being extremely aggressive, just about wrecked myself. I put Smile in the wall with how I was driving, and now you see Oda going to merge. He's going to go high, kind of freaked me out going into the corner. Wasn't sure where he was going to go, but now being clear of Smile, I can try and catch the leaders as they are fighting, which is going to slow both of them down. But another caution flies. I believe it had to do something with the Toyotas once again. I think they got into something with Oda as he was merging. I couldn't really tell in any replays. But now Queso leads, Tanuki second. I'm going to be P3 unless one of them wreck here, which they don't. So now me and Queso on the inside line. Tanuki and Smile will be on, not Smile, but sorry, Hank on the outside line. Well, behind me, I try and give Queso the best push he can. Tanuki doesn't have anyone pushing him. But Tanuki able to stay ahead, never mind. Queso able to boot him out of the way, and now this race has got interesting. Someone way below the cut line is leading this race. Again, there is no more winning you're in, but with someone like King way at the back, this cut line could very easily be diminished with a Queso win. A good 10-ish points possibly gained. King P8, Queso in first. That'd be double-digit points gained for Queso if he were to win this race. But I take it 3 wide. I'm going to be greedy because I feel like I'm the fastest car on track. Feel like this is my race to win here. I feel like being the fastest car, I should be able to fight for this lead and very easily take the win. But you see, 5 cars under a blanket. 5 of them playoff drivers as Queso chops down on Iron, spins them out, and that is just about Iron's day done. He's going to be able to remerge. He does collect Happy, I think it was, in the back, but they are both going to just get perms to merge. There is no caution for it this time. So now, with Queso being behind, and it's just me and Tanuki at the moment, I am going to fight hard for this win. He's already taken one of these intermediate wins away from me this season. Early in the season at Vegas, again, dominant race for me. I led a large amount of the laps there just for late race cautions to give Tanuki the lead late. But you see, Queso being 3 wide, pushing us up the track. I put Tanuki in the wall, clear him. Queso put us all on the walls now. Smile out of nowhere. A gigantic run. Is able to get past both me and Queso. Cleared us into one. I'm going to have to assume Hank gave him the push. But now Queso again put us in the wall out of the exit of a corner. So now I, instead of being in the lead, am now dropped all the way back to P5. So now I'm trying to see if I can somehow get up to Smile and try and fight for this lead. Happy re-merging. Hank is on the cut line, like I said before the race, so I am going to help him a little bit. Queso is basically out, so I'm not really going to do anything to help him at the moment. It's now Tanuki and Smile get into it a little bit. So now even though I'm in P5, I'm very, very close to the leader. Within half a second, and I'm in P5. It's like a drafting track. I see Queso send it deep into the corner, so I sit back, wait, make a crossover move. I'm into P3, now fighting for P2. But then my internet says F you and decides to start lagging my game into the wall. I slow everyone down, even though I know I can catch up to Smile here, especially with all these people behind me giving some draft. Obviously, the draft from Smile. This internet issue, the lag, is not going to help me. Slow down again after I get in the wall. Smile looks like he's going to be able to run away with it, coming to 11 laps to go on this middle to high line, trying to get past Tanuki. I don't get in the wall there, finally. So now the goal, try and catch up to Smile. I for sure know I am faster than Smile this race. He hasn't been contending for the lead very often. He's been contending for third a lot of this race, but never the lead. I have been able to drive away from him a lot this race, and you can already see the visual interval closing as we come around to mark 10 laps to go here at a very snowy Kansas, gaining all this time on Smile, having better runs out of corners, being able to carry more speed in the middle of corners. See people following suit behind me. Tanuki just following my line. You see him peek into the frame there. I do screw up the corner a little bit, and then lag decides to hit. So I don't know where I'm going. I just have to guess, and luckily I guessed semi-correct. Was able to stay in line with Smile there. And now I'm able to stay here with him. Tanuki gives me a bit of a push, but it's just going to put me in the wall. Somehow it doesn't slow me down like it has all race. So now trying to catch up to Smile once again. You see TNR is the top 4 spots of this race. I've got to run on Smile. I take it to the outside line because that's where I feel I can get around him. If I can pinch him down on the low side and I stay on this high side, as long as he doesn't hit me coming out of the corner, I can get past him. And you see the run I have. Tanuki has an even bigger one, sends it 3 wide. I'm stuck way to the high side because Tanuki boots Smile up the track. So now sitting right behind Tanuki and Smile, Hank going to go to my inside here. I'm going to have to hope none of them wash up the track and put me in the wall here, but that's exactly what's going to happen. None of them take the low side, and I'm stuck sitting in the very slow part of that high line, not able to move very much. Is now they're going to battle. I'm hoping I can just catch up to these guys, take the lead back. I'm going to push Hank a bit, though. Tanuki and Smile have kind of lost the train of thought that we said at the very start of the race, and that was to help Hank out. At this point, as you see Tanuki kind of running away, I'm trying to see at the moment if I can just push Hank up there. But as you can see, the interval is kind of increasing compared to me and the leaders. Then Hank gets in the wall, parks it right in front of me, slows us down a good bit, and that's going to allow them to go in front. I start lagging again right after Hank basically blocked me high. Now Hank going to be slow in front of us, going to get in the wall, slow us down, and at this point, my chances at a win are completely thrown out the window. Another race that I felt fast, a race winning car in my mind. I'm now sat back instead of leading this race, ready to possibly get my 3rd win of the season. I'm sitting P5 all of a sudden, getting ran up the track by my driver. So at this point, I just say, you know what? I'll just be a team player. Iron is close. As you see, I look back. I'm going to make sure Queso gets a P4 here. I'm making sure he cannot get passed by Iron. So now I'm going to serve basically like a roadblock. I'm going to channel my inner Season 6 Rockingham, in which Iron defended for Little Dave for I don't even know how many laps against Dega, and then even me to get him a win there. So now I have to return the favor here. TNR and the Fords to hold up that number 11 of Iron. I let him go high here because I don't think he knows how to run the high line, and he doesn't. He goes low right away, but I run up the track. He's going to squeeze right up to me, and he's going to get himself wrecked after trying to squeeze me up towards the wall on exit. So now, as we come to the final lap, Tanuki is going to take the final white flag here at Kansas. Very large lead, a second on Smile. Told you he wasn't very fast this race. Now I'm just serving as a guide for Queso. Make sure he's not going to lose any spots. Just about lost one to me after getting in the wall there, but I'm able to push him ahead. Tanuki out of turn 4 is going to put himself back in the win column, be the leading driver with wins. I'm going to somehow scratch away with the top 5. Hank and Queso make good gains on the playoff picture as we head into the Bristol night race.